Hi guys, it's me, Pinky C. Today's kind of a highly stressed day here at home for some reason. I think the energy here is just pretty charged with stress in the household, so I'm going to try to make this a fun but kind of quick video. Knowing me, it's not going to be a quick video though. I promised you guys I would do paranormal stories, and unfortunately most of my friends had good intentions to get me some stories, but it just didn't happen today. So I'm going to share with you a few experiences that I've been through, and one that Lee and I went through together that he had decided maybe I should mention. The very first truly paranormal experience I know I went through, however, was with my best friend Angie that I mentioned in my previous video today. So I'm going to start with that one, and we'll go from there. So, this was back when I was probably, I'd say 14, 15 years old. And Angie, her brother, and her little sister had moved to their own house in Carrollton with their mom. And her mom and her brother went 2 doors up to the next door neighbor's house to visit. And me and Angie and her sister we're all down at the house by ourselves drawing and things like that. Well, all of a sudden Angie and I look at each other, and Angie goes, "Did you hear that?" And I was like, "Did it sound like your brother calling for us, like he was hurt?" She said, "Yeah, that's definitely what I heard." I was like, "Yeah, I heard that too. Maybe we should go check, make sure nothing's really bad wrong." So we went into the bedroom that her little sister was in, and we're like, "Look, we need to go up and check on everybody, make sure they're okay, so let's pack our things up and go up and check on them." And as we were leaving the room, I noticed a CD that was sitting on her sister's bed, and I was like, "Oh, I love that CD. I've got that CD at home." So we turned off all the lights, locked the doors, and we had the radio on all the way low, like really low, listening to some instrumental music to draw and write poetry by for effect. So we turned all that off and left. We were gone about an hour, hour and a half up there at the house. Turned out everybody was fine, and we're like, okay, well, we're just hearing things. Well, on our way walking back down, by this point it had already started getting dark outside, and we can see the house, and we realize we're seeing lights on. And there was no reason for lights to be on at all, because not only did we make sure everything was turned off when we left, but when we left, it was still daylight and we weren't using lights, but except for one desk lamp, and Angie's sister had her bedroom light on, which you can't see from the road. So we start getting kind of scared. We're thinking there's possibly somebody in the house. So we both look at each other, and all three of us decide together, we're going to go down and we're going to check this out. But if it looks like the house has been tampered with in any kind of way, we're going to run back up to the neighbor's house and let her mom know immediately. We get down there, and all the windows are still shut. The doors are still locked tight. So we're thinking, alright, well, obviously we left something on by accident. Open the door, get inside, and realize not only are the lights on, but the CD player is on full blast, and the CD in the CD player in the living room now is the CD I pointed out on her sister's bed before we left as liking. So when we left, we know that was in her room because I mentioned it, only we get back and it's in the CD player. Well, that freaked us out. But we're still kind of thinking there's a possibility that Angie's brother snuck away while we weren't looking and went down and fabricated this to scare us. So we turn the CD player off, we turn the lights that we aren't using off, and we go to the bedroom to write poetry again. Not even 2 minutes after getting back into Angie's bedroom, the stupid CD player comes back on. We totally panicked, went running back up to the neighbor's house, screaming and hollering and crying to her mom and brother, who are still there, and they begrudgingly came back down with us. When we get back down there, CD's back in her sister's room, the lights are off, everything's fine. like nothing was touched. So of course we looked like crazy people. Now, same house, same night, I had brought a night bag with me. And we had to lock Angie's bedroom door at night because her brother at the time was a snot-nosed brat and would come in and tamper with us and pull our hair and just all kinds of mean brother things, which he grew up to be a great person. So if you're watching this, you know who you are. I love you to death and I miss you, man. But back in the day, he knows he was an awful scamp. So we would lock the door. The next morning we wake up, inside of the door still locked, and it was locked with a hook. It wasn't locked with a lock on the inside of the door that you could pick. It was locked with a hook. All of my things from my bag are strewn everywhere. I'm sitting there looking at these things, trying to figure out how they got strewn everywhere. And the Furby on her shelf behind my head, which was way too far away to just fall and hit me, hits me in the back of the head. I went home. And that was my first ever paranormal experience. Since then, I've had way more. And I know what a lot of you are thinking. Okay, yeah, Anna, you have schizoaffective disorder. Of course you see spirits. You have hallucinations, right? It's kind of hard to think of these as hallucinations when they're things that everybody else around me can see at the exact same time and describe at the exact same time. So I know these are not hallucinations. And one of those things is the little girl story that Lee and I went through. So Lee has spirits in his home. They're attracted to him. He has the sight, as do I. But Lee is very strong. He's got very palpable powers, and spirits are very drawn to him. So there's this little girl that we knew was in the house that has never caused trouble. You could see her sometimes, you could hear her sometimes you hear the pitter-patter of her feet, but she was usually very playful. Apparently, another spirit was present. See, Lee lives on very old ground, and it's a lot of acreage, so there are many spirits on the land that, you know, oftentimes don't even cause him any problems. But this one particular day, I look over in our closet, and Lee had a mattress that laid on the ground. And he and I were watching, we were laying there, and he was playing a game on his phone. And I think I was watching YouTube on my phone. And I look over into the closet, and I realize that I see what I think is our normal little girl standing in the closet. And I was like, Lee, honey, that little girl is just standing there staring at me. He looks up, and he's like, yeah, I can see her. And we kind of both looked at each other because it was odd for her to stand so menacingly and stare so uncomfortably. The little girl we were used to was kind of shy. And finally, I'm like, Lee, I feel like this spirit is attempting to throw me into a panic attack. I feel like this spirit doesn't have good intentions. So Lee does the customary, you're not welcome here, please leave speech. And all of a sudden, something comes flying out of the closet at me. And I realize it's one of those silicone pieces from a headphone set that she has found in the closet and lobbed at me. I immediately became just enraged. I have never had such a physical, angry reaction to a spirit before in my life. But immediately, it was as though she hit my anger button because I started cussing and screaming, no you didn't, you little bitch! I mean, just lost my mind. And Lee, at this point, of course, realizes that I'm in danger, that this spirit is masquerading as our little girl. We don't know who it is or what it is, but it needs to go. And so he cleansed the house, and we seem to not have any troubles out of it after that. So those are the two major spiritual encounters that I can think of that I've had with friends, that I can say, okay, I've had this experience with friends, and they will still to this day say they saw it as well. There are several more. In fact, there was more I wanted to talk about, but this is already running 10 minutes in the video, and I told you there's a lot of stress in the house right now, so I kind of need to make this one shorter than normal, and I apologize for that. If you found these stories interesting, please give me a like. Let me know you liked it so that I know to continue the series. I think I'm still going to do a few more videos. There's some stories that several of my friends wanted to share. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog wanting inside. But there's several stories my friends wanted to share. I want to do a video with Lee present one day, because he has some really great stories he can share. He and I are also talking about doing a series where we drag him up, because he wants to do drag really bad, and we'd love for you to come along with us on his transformation. We've just got a lot of really cool things in store, you guys, and I want y'all to let me know if you like the ideas behind it. Give me some feedback here. I'm finally getting some good comments. I'd like to call out the two YouTubers right now. Tarnished Beauty was the first person to comment on any of my videos. She's a small YouTuber. She's really cool. I went and checked out her content and I subscribed to her, so go check her out. It's Tarnished Beauty. And then the other one is UTI, like I think it's Youti Cooking. I will put the link in the description as soon as I'm able to find it. As you already know, I upload to the internet from my phone, then I go and edit. So if you're watching this, I apologize if I got your name wrong. It's just that I don't have it here in front of me and my memory sucks. So I'm going to go find you, I'm going to write you down, and I'm going to put your name in the description, because you were so kind to give me feedback and to subscribe, and I want to make sure I give you the shout out you deserve. So please look in the description, guys. I'm going to put Tarnished Beauty and UTI's information down there. I hope I'm getting that right. If I'm not, I'm so sorry. In the meantime, guys, please share my channel with as many people as you can. Let's get the word out there. Leave a like if you like this. Give me some feedback. Leave comments. You can email me at pinkycthementalkid@gmail.com. I'll read all of them, and right now I reply to everything. So I hope to hear from you guys. Again, subscribe with notifications on so you know when that video is going up, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!